stridor. Stridor is typically inspiratory. स्ट्रायडरचा आवाज लक्षात यायला पाहिजे. हा स्ट्रायडर. आणि वीज इज टिपिकली एक्सपिरेटरी. दिस इज एक्सपिरेटरी wheeze. Audible rhonchi are wheeze. Audible rhonchi is called as wheeze. Wheeze is asthma. Asthmatic bronchitis or bronchial asthma or bronchiolitis can have wheeze. But our topic is stridor. While studying any topic in pediatrics, you have to go as per according to age. So, stridor in a 3 to 6 month old child is generally congenital laryngeal stridor. Congenital laryngeal stridor is a benign condition. When we say it is a benign condition, that means temperature, pulse, respiration is normal. There may be lot of sound. There may be lot of indrawing, intercostal indrawing, but respiratory rate is normal. Respiratory rate is normal, temperature is normal, pulse is normal, growth is normal. It is more likely to be congenital laryngeal stridor because of laryngomalacia, tracheomalacia, soft cartilage of the larynx and soft tracheal rings. As they are soft, they bend easily and produce sound. Congenital laryngeal stridor sound is very typical. Typical in a sense, sometimes the sound is so loud that it can be heard in neighboring room. Sometimes mother comes while that baby is breathing with so much sound and mother picks her up and the sound vanishes. The sound is gone. That is congenital laryngeal stridor. Any disease will not go if the child is picked up. If child is sleeping and we don't know whether it is congenital laryngeal stridor or not, you change the position of the head and neck. With changing position, sound will change or sound will vanish. If sound changes or vanishes with change of position of the head, you put a pillow or you make the child on the side or you just pick up his head and bend it forward, flex the neck slightly, or you put a towel below both shoulders and the neck is slightly extended, the sound will vanish. If it vanishes, it is congenital laryngeal stridor. In congenital laryngeal stridor, hemogram will be normal. WBC column, there is no infection.
Yes.
So if it is done, it will be normal. It is because of inadequate calcification of larynx and tracheal rings. It is a developmental problem. Last trimester, calcium transfer, calcium storage and calcification is the problem. So you can give vitamin D, not in therapeutic doses, but in prophylactic doses. You can give calcium not in therapeutic doses, in prophylactic doses, minimum daily requirement. You ensure that child is getting that much of vitamin D and calcium. And reassurance means don't worry, this will go away within 2-3 months and it goes away. That is congenital laryngeal stridor. No investigations are required. On clinical examinations, you can diagnose it, you can reassure the mother and keep a track on follow-up. But only thing is respiratory rate should be normal. You have to count respiratory rate and record it. If anything is abnormal, respiratory rate will be increased. In lower respiratory infection or in any other condition, it cannot have a normal respiratory rate. So counting respiratory rate, if required when child is sleeping quietly. You can count while the child crying, child is awake, you can count respiratory rate. Pediatricians can count it. But sometimes if it is difficult, you have to wait till child is asleep and then count the respiratory rate. Your problem will be solved. Next is around 2 to 5 years, croup, C-R-O-U-P, croup. Croup is acute laryngotracheobronchitis, ANTB, acute. So it is acute, not subacute, not chronic. Acute laryngeal tracheobronchitis. This is inflammation, this is infection, this can be viral, this can be bacterial. Our job as a pediatrician is to assess whether it is viral, bacterial, and to assess the severity and then decide the management. How to differentiate viral tracheobronchitis, laryngotracheobronchitis from bacterial? Bacterial most common is H. influenza bacteria. Viruses, many viruses can cause. The ampicillin or penicillin derivative, cephalexin, cefoxime, cefixime, all are equally good in treating acute bacterial laryngotracheobronchitis. Viral child will be very short duration, 1 day history, 2 days history. Bacterial 2, 3, 4, 5 days history. Bacterial child will be sick, child will look sick and toxic and fever for 2-3 days. It starts with fever. In viral, child doesn't look sick. Child may be anxious, but he doesn't look sick. Sick look, more than 2-3 days fever. In viral, WBC count will be normal. In bacterial, polymorphonuclear leukocytosis will be there. Not only leukocytosis, polymorphonuclear leukocytosis. That indicates acute bacterial, pyogenic bacterial infection. In acute laryngotracheobronchitis, generally children come at 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. That is the time of presentation. 2 a.m. 2 to 5-year-old child. Diagnosis is confirmed. You give some sedation, some ampicillin, amoxicillin or antibiotic. Previously they used to give steroids also, dexamethasone, and by morning child is all right. Before you come to the ward, they are ready with their bags and baggages. They want to go home. So that is acute laryngotracheobronchitis, bacterial. That's why it has dramatically it was cured. But Sometimes it is so severe that there is intercostal introit, there is dyspnea, there may be cyanosis, pulse ox will be down, child may need oxygenation, child may need IV fluids, child may need sedation for reducing anxiety. Anxiety is very important part of viral and bacterial laryngotracheobronchitis. Simple perchlorate is enough, Pinarcan is enough. The family is also anxious. Because of severe laryngotracheobronchitis, increased respiratory rate, they cannot swallow, there is some dehydration. IV fluids are useful in emergency conditions. Very, very rarely they need intubation also to save the life. They may need intubation also. So that is acute laryngotracheobronchitis or croup. Next commonest cause of stridor, not seen nowadays, but seen in thousands by pediatrician of my age, is diphtheria. Diphtheritic patch in the throat, over the tonsils, in the pharynx, over larynx, can cause obstructive symptoms. The typical look of the patch, bleeding white, altered color, immunization status, missed DPT. I have seen a 12-year-old boy coming to me in the night for stridor. 12 years, you don't expect laryngotracheobronchitis. 12-year boy with a stridor is not very common presentation other than foreign body. So there was no history of foreign body. And when I examined the throat, there was a patch. It was diphtheria. Parents were teachers. The husband was principal of a school. Wife was also, mother was also teacher in the same school. So I asked the history of immunization. आम्ही होमिओपॅथी वाले आहोत. आम्ही ॲलोपॅथी घेत नाही. आम्ही होमिओपॅथीमध्ये वॅक्सिनेशन अलाउड नाही आहे. हे आम्ही होमिओपॅथी या एका गोष्टीमुळे त्या बिचाऱ्यांचा 12 वर्षाचा मुलगा मरण पावला. तुम्ही होमिओपॅथी करा ना, कोण नाही म्हणताय. मेडिकल प्रॅक्टिस होमिओपॅथी करा, पण व्हॅक्सिनेशनच्या बाबतीमध्ये जास्त शहाणपणा करू नका. युअर चाइल्ड्स लाईफ इज मोर इम्पॉर्टंट दॅन युअर इगो ऑफ आम्ही होमिओपॅथी. हा इगो प्रॉब्लेम आहे. इगो प्रॉब्लेम. देर आर होमिओपॅथिक डॉक्टर्स who don't take vaccination. They love their pathy more than their children. They should love their child more than their pathy. Anyway, that is the question is, diphtheria can cause stridor. The other causes are less important, but sometimes in some infants there is real tracheomalacia. It's a defect, congenital defect, that the larynx and tracheal rings just do not get calcified as a part of some metabolic disorder. In that case, the inspiratory stridor is very severe and there is growth failure, failure to thrive because of chronic anoxia, hypoxia. Child cannot take breath, child cannot swallow because of respiratory distress. It's a very difficult situation and there is no cure also. Giving calcium and vitamin D doesn't solve the problem. Such children need expert ENT handling and direct laryngoscopy is also required. Foreign body is another common cause of stridor in children. But there is a history of foreign body. Many times you can see the foreign body. Many times without the help of ENT surgeon, you can remove the foreign body if it is supraglottic. You open the mouth, see if it is there, by forceps you can just remove it and problem is solved. But if it is infraglottic, you need laryngoscope, you need a diagnosis. You need a diagnosis by X-ray and everything of a foreign body, typical. So it should be managed like a foreign body, innate foreign body. So that's how we approach. Very rarely, aberrant laryngeal vessel can kink the larynx and cause very severe type of stridor and inspiratory obstruction. It is also diagnosed by pediatric surgeons or ENT surgeons, whatever it is. It is very nicely diagnosed by color Doppler, and if it is confirmed that carotid angiogram also can be done, and then that particular obstructing, offending, abnormal vessel is removed and the child is cured. Without that, there is failure to thrive. So that's how we should learn stridor in pediatrics. Thank you.